something for you, but keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on, here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay, we'll take it slow.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Brooklyn Nets in their house, Barclays Center. Checking out Brooklyn, they need some wins to start adding up here in a hurry. More or less half the season behind us, and they are still struggling to prove they can contend. And last season, we saw James Harden take on the role of acting point guard for his team. Even with the switch, he continued to pour in the points. But the real story, the assist. Man, why was that move so good?
Well, Harden's always been a ball-dominant point guard, I just think he's an underrated passer, but he's always been a great distributor. Now he's just doing it more. He's trying to average that triple-double.
You know what the funny thing is? When he didn't have the ball and he wasn't playing the point, I think he looked for a shot more. But knowing that it's in his hands every possession allows him the freedom to pass the basketball, and it's helped the Rockets.
Interesting. Now let's go to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Rockets, and Houston is looking to play Texas big. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Back to the road tomorrow as this is the final game of the Nets homestand. Things have really gone south on them. Over the course of the last 7 games, they've gone 1-6.
Yeah, and they're coming in this game also looking for payback after dropping the last one. They play each other just twice this season, and they certainly do not want to be swept.
Well, pride is on the line, and competitiveness. When you're faced with a season sweep, you've got a little more invested.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, James Harden is a great offensive player, but there's no mistaking it. He does dominate the ball. Now, that can bother teammates sometimes, but Coach Mike D'Antoni says when they feel that paycheck every 2 weeks, that should make them play hard. You have to be a star in your role. So when James gets the ball to you, shoot it, and then run back and play hard as heck. Kevin?
Thanks. He's a great passer, David. There's no doubt he can set the table. Looking at tonight's game, 2 exceptional three-point shooting teams, Doris. How do you see this one playing out?
Well, usually, Kevin, with 2 quality shooting teams, it's about who gets rhythm, who gets open looks, and obviously, can you get into the space of shooters if you're the defensive team?
Get a nice clean game, huh?
He'll be the Nets off the tip. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Anderson is down low with Capella. The 2 pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. And it's Mbah a Moute in at the 3, the small forward. It's the Nets now. And Capella over to help. Passes to Dinwiddie. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Crabbe, no good. Brooklyn on defense. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
Well, certainly it wasn't their best night shooting the basketball. What you have to do is now put it aside and get focused for the next one.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Carroll kicks to Allen. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
I think, guys, when you look at the Nets offense, you cannot knock their shot selection. They want to push the pace, drive the rack, and take a ton of threes. They are always hunting for high-efficiency shots.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Allen. But despite their shot selection, the results haven't been good for the Nets.
Right, Kev. This is one of the worst offenses in the league. Low shooting percentage from just about every spot on the floor, and turnovers. They were a huge problem for this group.
No good on the second, so he hits one of two. On defense, Brooklyn, they just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
And no one expected them to win that game per se, but no excuse for the way that one ended up.
Being overmatched doesn't mean you should be outworked. I thought they did exactly the opposite. Uninspired performance.
The Rockets shooting their first free throws here for the night. And that one misses. And Kenny Atkinson, head coach of the Nets, a New York native, grew up in Long Island.
And it is nice to have that tie to the area. Certainly with this team, we know it's going to be a process. But Kenny is home, and he's committed to developing this organization.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And here's Brooklyn. Crabbe in the corner. Takes a three. Nope, not that time. Nothing for two from the field. It's Harden with the drive. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Harden's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Dinwiddie passes to Allen. And Harden comes to help. Stolen by Anderson. Here is Mbamute, and Allen with the block. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Crabbe dishes to Dinwiddie. Got that one up quick. Dinwiddie's got his first points of the game. Paul kicks to Mbamute. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Just finding the open man. Few who have ever played this game have Paul's vision.
Pass to Crabbe. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Harden. And even 3-on-3 break. And a wide open shot from Paul. Here's Capella. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up. Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Here's Dinwiddie. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. And the dunk by Capella.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
And they call an illegal screen here.
That's 2 really unproductive trips in a row ending in turnovers.
Rockets leading by 7. Here's Harden. Lays it up and banks it in. Harden's got 6.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Crabbe in the corner. Beyond the arc. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 14-5 run. And Harden with the stuff.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Here's Capella. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. That's now 8 points for Clint Capella.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And now teams getting into the middle of the season. The truth is, it's a grind, Doris. You know it. You've covered it, 82 games. In your opinion, is that the right amount in terms of 82 games in a regular season?
I would say to you, it doesn't matter if it's the right amount. I think the reality is this is the business of the NBA. It's been 82 games for as long as I can remember, certainly in my lifetime of fandom, Kevin. So the reality is what we need to do is address the schedule. And you're starting to see that. Shortening the preseason, stretching out those windows where you're not getting 4 games in 5 nights and the back-to-backs, particularly when there's back-to-back on national television. 82 games is going nowhere from a business standpoint. Let's make those 82 games the best we can by lengthening the season.
All right, a chance to see stats for Paul. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. 5th in assists, 12th in steals, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And as you said, dropping dimes at a top 5 pace. He's in total command of his team. They look to him for leadership, and he does not disappoint. Now here's Crabbe. 11-point game his last outing. Offensive rebound. Rockets leading by 10. Inside, here's Anderson. Allen with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Here's Houston now, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And look, it's always tough to win on the road. You've got to go in with the right mindset, and they did.
I think, Greg, they didn't let the crowd or the noise get to them, and they have to be happy with how they played and executed on the road in that one.
Here's Dinwiddie over Paul. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Here's Paul. The Rockets with another miss.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Takes a 3. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Yeah, a little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
Well, the aggressive attitude getting the best of him that time.
Dinwiddie's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Here's Capella. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Crabbe from long range. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists now in this one. And Mbamute kicks to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
And Capella over to help. It's stolen by Capella. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And the dunk by Capella.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. The Rockets making the shot. And Capella over to help. Here's Allen. No good there. And it's Houston the other way. Takes the 13-footer. And Houston again with the bucket.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
To the middle. And he lays it straight in. Allen's got 5.
Really good work in the painted area. You need to have the inside game working like that.
From 11 feet away, here's Capella. Excellent D there from Allen.
And look at how well the defense does to cut his path to the basket. Comes up empty on what might have been an easy play.
Yes, that goes in.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've used their size and strength to get off any shot they want.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
LeVert's checked in for the Nets. D'Angelo Russell comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And a switch here also for Houston. Gordon's checked in. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Rockets.
And the three-point shot was a huge part of their game plan. When it was falling, it made them very hard to defend. Opponents were stretched out all over the place.
Houston leading by 13. Here's Harden. Yep, that one goes in there. Harden's got 10.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage. And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T. Just doing the job on the backboard.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Russell with it. Chris Paul covering. They set the pick. Knocked loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. And last season, the Rockets' offense was incredible. Then they go and add Chris Paul.
They can run a team off the floor if they get hot. Two great playmakers in Paul and Harden. And making a move for Paul made a lot of teams fear what the Rockets can do now on offense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Allen. Okafor comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And Harris subbed in for Damari Carroll.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Nets trail by 15. Here's Russell. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Milwaukee. No one covering. LeVert's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Gordon. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Zeller with it. Chris Paul covering. Russell kicks to Harris. Clock at 6. Pass to LeVert. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Houston.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period. Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific.
Yeah, second chance points. Gotta love the way they attack the offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
I'll tell you, Greg, there's no let-up in how they play. They want to dominate every aspect, and that includes second chance points.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The drive by Gordon. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Gordon's got his second basket of the game.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here's Okafor, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And the basket by Harris.
And you love how Russell keeps his eyes up, rarely misses a guy when he's free.
The dish to Capella, over Zeller. And it's Capella missing. Nets trail by 13. Harris passes to Russell. Takes the 13-footer, and again it's Brooklyn converting.
That's a perfect mid-range jumper. All he needs is an inch of space, and they gave it to him.
Harden's shot is off. The Nets shooting to start this game off about 41% from the floor. Outside, Russell. Zeller, a screen on Paul. Here's Russell, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And just a good feel for everything around him. The mid-range area, comfortable spot for Russell.
And the basket by Gordon.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Feeds it to Okafor. To the paint. Harris dishes to Zeller. Shoots over Capella, and that one comes up a bit short. Rockets leading by 11. It's Anderson with the drive. Off target from the baseline. Russell against Paul. The pass to LeVert. Okafor with the screen on Harden. Here's LeVert. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee. And it's Russell missing. There's 48 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And finished off by Anderson.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
Here's Russell. The Rockets making the shot. He feeds it to Harris. Poked away. Houston making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Anderson. And it's Gerald Green in for James Harden. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Paul drills the baseline jumper. And the Rockets lead by 15.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Here's LeVert. Zeller, a screen on Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got 6.
Well, you cannot allow Karis LeVert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
And so it's the Houston Rockets, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And earlier, Chris Paul told us about the depth of their roster. So important for any team.
Our bench is amazing. It's so exciting because when our bench comes in, more often than not, if we're losing, they're going to get us the lead. And if we have the lead, they're going to increase the lead. And it's fun to watch because everybody cheers for each other too.
When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of a asset that a team can have. And if you've seen Chris Paul cheering from the bench, you know that it's very, very true.
And Kevin, that's the kind of team that's always been so much fun to play on. Everybody's really pulling for one another, no matter who's playing. Even in practice, with that kind of a team, you tend to have more fun.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And for the Rockets here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, you love the determination. It seems like every rebound is theirs for the taking. They are overwhelming the opposition.
Taking a look at the Rockets, P.J. Tucker is out there with Gordon. Then it's Green. Then it's Chris Paul. Then it's Nene in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And the first one drops. And Doris, if you talk about the challenge for the Nets coaching staff, how do you establish a culture of winning on a team that's going to lose on most nights?
You know what, Kevin, it's all about winning habits, and that means the daily work that you put in every single day. There's an ethic that's conducive to winning that's built slowly over time.
And so he makes both from the line. Doris, it's been said that you started playing basketball in the second grade. How did your love of this sport become so evident so early?
Yeah, you know, I moved to the Jersey Shore when I was 7 years old. There was a park right next door. And, you know, I'm the last of 8 kids. My family didn't have a ton of money, but boy, all I needed was a rim and a basketball, and I could spend 6, 7, 8 hours. My mother used to call me back in from the park to have lunch or dinner. I just spent my entire childhood on the hard court next door dribbling away.
Were you naturally good at it, or did you feel like you had to work at it, or did you just feel like I got a knack for this?
No, I think, you know, obviously when you play the game from 7 years old, you pick up on a lot of the nuance, and as in anything, you have to work hard at something to be good at it. And
right.
It didn't feel like work because I love basketball.
It shows even now.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Pick by Okafor. Back to Russell. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And he comes up with the deuce. Zeller's got his first points of the night.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Dinwiddie's checked in for Harris. Tarek Black, he's checked in for Houston. Here's Paul. Lays it up and banks it in. Paul's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Dishes to Dinwiddie. Poked loose and taken away by Paul. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Crystal on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Well, he's one of those guys who's kept their offense clicking. They're in front thanks in no small part to what this guy's done.
The Rockets have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Allen's checked in for Zeller. Tamari Carroll comes in for Okafor, and it's Allen Crabbe in for Russell. And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And guys, you know, you never run out of things that you can improve upon.
I think, Greg, it's important to keep that hunger, right? You're always striving to get better and to change things up.
Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at Boston. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that number one spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, there's the Nets. They're looking to turn it around down at the bottom of the conference now.
And seeing where the Nets are, there were fears they'd be one of the NBA's doormats this season. Those fears have turned out to be well-founded.
Yeah, the people who said they hadn't done enough in the offseason to improve this team were exactly right. They never put the foundation of winning in place.
Now here's Carroll. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee. And Nene with the basket on the assist by Paul. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one. Timeout called the Nets.
Yeah, you can't let this kind of run continue. Really need to go back to the basics.
No, exactly. I think it's impossible to let this momentum continue. Let's see what they can come up with in the timeout.
Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for Carroll.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. It's Carroll on the wing. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Well, Nene, with his size and handles, he's not afraid to put his head down and attack the rim.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. They set the screen. They double him with Nene. Right wing. Launches a 3. The shot by Carroll, no good. The Rockets have gone 7 of 9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense.
Well, the offense got him the ball in exactly the position they wanted. That's just better defense.
Crab kicks to Dinwiddie. And there's the call on Nene. That's his first foul. And Baamute's checked in for Houston. Here's Carroll. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Well, don't you love the nickname, the Junkyard Dog, DeMarre Carroll? This guy has established himself over the last handful of seasons as a starting caliber forward.
One shot.
And that one falls for Carroll. And Carroll slowed somewhat by knee surgery a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, I think he's trying to make his way back into form. One of those tone setter guys. You know the effort will be there every time he takes the floor.
And you just got to love the way he moved the ball. Very unselfish.
I tell you, he's looking to set up his guys as much as possible, and you can tell his teammates really appreciate it.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for him.
You know, I think, Greg, the faster the tempo, the better they are, and I love the pace they're playing with right now.
And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Well, that's what you call an intimidating finish. Tucker's explosive leaping ability on full display, guys.
Here's Dinwiddie. Out to the right wing. Ball's knocked loose. A 3-ball. And DeMarre Carroll, good for 3. Carroll's got 6 points.
Yeah, really found his stroke here in the second quarter after missing everything in the first.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play, defended the shot, and then finished it off with the rebound.
Here's Dinwiddie, and here's Stauskas from the arc. Crabb kicks to Dinwiddie from the arc. Rebounded by Tucker.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
The Nets shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Here's Black. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Out left to the wing. Grab the pass to Allen. Puts up a 3. The shot by Carroll, no good.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
I'll tell you, you're not going to find a much more confident basketball player. He always believes the points are going to come.
So it's Brooklyn now, following the score by Houston. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Green. They grab their own miss. Tucker, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Tucker's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And it's Carroll in the corner from outside the arc. The Rockets pull it in. Paul's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Here's Dinwiddie. 9 points last game. Grab with the ball. They need this. Here's Allen. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Nick Stauskas. And then for Houston, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Tarek Black. Anderson comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's James Harden in for Chris Paul.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Doris, back in college, you were named to the All-Big East team. What an honor. You've been a broadcaster for Big East games in college basketball. Any players from that conference who would say, in your opinion, are better pros than they were in college?
Well, I think Josh Hart from Villanova would be a player that I'm curious to see what level of effect he has at the NBA level. He's not a guy who's going to blow you away with his athleticism, but all he did at Villanova was win. He's got 1 national championship to his credit. He was an effective two-way player in the Big East. Does he translate to the pros? I can't wait to see.
And Doris, multiple years at the college game, too.
Kevin, I think that perception is changing. There was a time where if you were a 4-year college player, you were frowned upon in the NBA. I think because of the age and experience, GMs and coaches are now looking at those guys who spend multiple years in college in a vastly different and much more positive light.
Very interesting thought. Crabb in the corner. A 3-ball. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 5 assists tonight.
That's his first triple of the second period, 3rd of the game.
And the dunk by Capella.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. The Nets shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Harden. Dinwiddie passes to Hollis Jefferson. Allen, a screen on Green. 6 to shoot. Dinwiddie's shot is off. The Rocket shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Harden, that's good.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Here's Dinwiddie. James Harden picking up that last basket. Kicks to Allen. And it's Allen slamming it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Crab, no good.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Nets shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. And it's Carroll in the corner. That 3 off the mark. It's Harden with the drive. Rebound, Brooklyn. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
I love seeing Harden stroke it from there. One of the most lethal shooters we have in the game.
Here's Dinwiddie. Sinks the three-pointer. Dinwiddie's got 5 points so far.
Well, you know, a lack of effort defensively, and he gets a very good look from deep.
Here is Mbamute. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 3rd assist on the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Dinwiddie. 5 points in the game. And here is Crab, and that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. We've got a moment now to go to a rookie watch and find out who among the NBA's freshman class have been the hottest shooters. And the Rockets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. Here is Russell. He's got 7 and a miss there off the inbound.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
Well, you know, that's okay, I think. Even though they miss, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
The Rockets shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. Okafor is checked in for the Nets. And a switch here also for Houston. Nene, he's checked in for Anderson.
And really, since moving over to the point guard spot, Harden has been unstoppable. Just a nightly triple-double threat.
Russell passes to Hollis Jefferson. Here's the 3. Again, Russell missing. Rockets shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting on all cylinders. Good on the triple.
Well, great vision by Nene, right? I mean, if you're the help defensive guy, you can't leave your man. He's that good a passer.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Up top, Russell to end the run. Again, Russell missing.
Boy, a wide open look from mid-range that goes by the wayside. You can tell he's upset.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Burnett shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And Nene with the stuff.
You've got to look at Nene. How about that sky for the slam? You cannot lose sight of this guy.
To the inside, and Okafor slams it in.
and really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
And so here is Houston. The shot and game clock separated by 4. The offensive rebound, and it goes down 2 points. And that's now 20 points for Clint Capella.
It's starting to look like a repeat of last night, guys. He's battling really hard out there.
Oh, he sure is. I mean, these past 2 games, his energy level has been sensational. Whether it's a putback like that or other hustle plays, he's been everywhere.
12 seconds left now here in the second. Ball's knocked loose. Harris passes to LeVert. James Harden getting it done for Houston. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. James Harden was the man in the first. He ended up with 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
I'll tell you what, James Harden has reached a new level offensively. It's the threat of the score, the threat of the pass, and the ability to completely control the pace of the game. He's also developed as a leader, the kind that younger guys can learn from and look up to.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
They were not running an efficient offense. The shot selection has to improve. It's as simple as that. Too many guys working as individuals, not as a team. They need to work as a unit, Ernie. Move the ball.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. We've got Allen Crabbe. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Damari Carroll. Then there's Allen. And it's Dinwiddie in at point. Here's Allen. Mba'amute pulls it in. Mba'amute's got his third rebound tonight. Here's Harden. They get the rebound. Mba'amute can't get it to go.
Boy, what a cold start to the second half for them. Just 1 for 4 from the field so far.
Dinwiddie's shot is off. Rockets have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Anderson can't get it to go.
Tough start to the second half, just 1 for 5. Wow.
So Rondé Hollis Jefferson, the 23rd pick out of Arizona back in 2015. You know, it's interesting. He's drawn a lot of comparisons to another Wildcat alum, and that's Andre Iguodala.
Boy, searching for some rhythm here at the start of the second half. That's their 3rd straight miss.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
One trend we've seen, Doris, is the shift away from one primary ball handler toward a more collective approach. Do you think that change is here to stay?
Well, it'll be interesting. I do think the NBA is very much a copycat league. So you think back to the 90s and the slowed-down, grinded battles between the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks. To now the pace and space offenses that is so much fun for us to watch. What's the next evolution? We saw the San Antonio Spurs play big. Is there a team that wants to reformulate the NBA, find success? As you know, everybody's trying to beat the champ, and right now the champ is all about pace and space and equal opportunity offense.
Indeed. No good on the second free throw. And Rondé Hollis-Jefferson able to defend 1 through 4. Doris, where do you think he's most effective as a defender?
Well, Kevin, with his length and his quickness, he can really bother guards that are smaller than he is, which most often is going to be the case.
The Nets have gone 0 of 4 from the field in the second half, yet to find the mark. That's tipped. Carroll dishes to Cramp. And the Nets miss again.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Wow, fantastic to see Hollis-Jefferson hit it twice on the pipes, extends out and sends it back.
Brooklyn's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. They set the pick. Capella against Allen. Back to Carroll. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. Shot clock at 6. And the 3 ball is good. Crabbe's got 14 points.
And you know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Anderson can't get it to go.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Crabbe with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. Dinwiddie kicks to Carroll. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, they're having a tough time containing Harden here tonight. No surprise there.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 5. Pass to Hollis-Jefferson. Crabbe in the corner. And Harden comes to help. There's the feed to Carroll. 6 to shoot. Back to Crabbe. Launches it. And the Nets, another 3.
Talk about stretching out a defense. He's been unstoppable today. Oh! And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Oh, that's how you drive your point home right there. That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here's Allen. He's got 10. Hollis-Jefferson passes to Allen. Anderson with the block. Harden right side. And the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got 27.
And you got to enjoy watching Harden down low, doing whatever he wants in the paint.
Right wing, Crabbe from long range. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
The Rockets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Another solid game from this guy shooting the basketball, just adding to this lead. So hard to defend.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Dinwiddie kicks to Allen, and then Allen slams it in.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Now, here's Capella. 26 points for him. The shot's good from Paul.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
They set the screen. Dinwiddie kicks to Allen. Carroll for 3, but they get it back. Dinwiddie cans the 12-footer. Dinwiddie's got 7. For Houston, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Kept alive. Nails the baby hook.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 7. He kicks it to Cramp. Allen, a screen on Hart. Down low. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Boy, you can't pin their struggles today on him. He's been on fire from the field.
Brooklyn shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. And Brooklyn making a change here. Stauskas is checked in. The Rockets also changing it up. Tarek Black, he's checked in for Clint Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Mbamute. And it's Green in for James Harden. Rockets shooting 47% from the field in the third. Paul. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Dinwiddie kicks to Stauskas. Here's the 3. Dinwiddie with the bucket. He's got 10.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
That's a complete effort. Stuck with his man, gets his hand up, and then he doesn't hesitate to finish the possession with the rebounding job.
Paul with the steal. Jumps up and finished off by Paul.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now here's Allen. He's got 15. That one a little long.
And why take that contested shot? I mean, make the extra pass.
You know, that's a head scratcher. When the defense is in your grill, move the ball.
Shot's good.
How about the concentration? He gets
Shot's
hit
good.
but stays with the play
Shooting one.
and gets the finish.
Well, P.J. Tucker, the classic combo forward, right? He played power forward at Texas, but at 6'6", he had to add the perimeter game to be successful in the NBA.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Zeller, he's checked in for Allen. Okafor comes in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. LeVert's checked in for Damari Carroll. And it's Russell in for Dinwiddie.
One shot, gentlemen.
That's good from Tucker. And Tucker Doris has played most of his NBA career at small forward, but he is strong.
Yeah, and I think the value is he can guard 4 positions, Kev. No problem sliding back to the power forward, especially in today's game. A lot of skilled 4s in the league, so he can guard all of those guys.
Yeah, easy call.
The Nets have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. The Rockets' shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. A baseline J. Here's Black, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Black's got his second bucket of the night.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And there's the foul. It's going to go on Tariq Black. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Houston making a switch here. Nene's checked in. And they double up Russell. Zeller, a screen on Gordon. Back to Russell. This one for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Russell's got 10 points in the game.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 10. Picked by Zeller. Okafor dishes to Zeller. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Count that one. 11 points in the game.
The ability to create shots off the dribble. This may be his area of greatest improvement. Tucker's worked on that.
Russell with it. He's picked up by Paul. Nailed from three-point land. Stauskas has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Black. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's an example of great communication. He knows the spot to get to, and the pass is waiting for him.
Outside, Russell. Pass to Zeller. And the jam by Tyler Zeller.
Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man, and you deliver the ball right away.
And it's in there. Black's got 8 points here in this quarter.
He has not missed a shot in this quarter. They've tried running different things at him, but he's been unstoppable.
And they double up Russell. And there's the foul. It's going to go on Tariq Black. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Harris is checked in for Nick Stauskas. It's the Nets now. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And a chance now to review the shot chart for the Rockets.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
And for the Rockets, they're shooting it beautifully here in the third, 56% from the field. Paul, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Paul's got 19 points.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
The pass to LeVert. And the youngster Karis LeVert, drafted 20th overall, Doris, back in 2016 out of Michigan.
Well, I think some people consider this a high-risk, high-reward pick. The reason he dealt with stress fractures repeatedly in his left foot throughout his college days. But when this guy's healthy, man, whoo, can he shoot it? And at 6'7", look out.
And the first one at the line is good.
To me, Karis LeVert has tons of upside. This is a 6'7" guard with an outstanding skill set.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Rockets shooting around 60% on the night. Amazing work offensively so far. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And because of his size, that's a difficult shot to contest.
Almost unguardable, you could say, Greg. Skilled at holding the ball so high, defenders can't get to it. I'll tell you, it was the sharp passing that led to that shot. Terrific teamwork.
And he comes up with the deuce. And that's 12 points for Nene.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Here's Russell. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Here we get a moment to view the league's highest scoring teams. In second, the Rockets.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
No good on that one.
Yeah, and with this increased aggressiveness offensively, Russell's shooting more and more free throws.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. LeVert, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Don't you love to see Karis LeVert rise and fire? Perfect form on that release.
Here's Gordon. Banked in off the glass. Gordon's got 8 points.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Ball's knocked loose. And it's Gordon with the finish.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Here's Russell. The Rockets making the shot. Left side, Harris. Outside, Russell. And they double up Russell. Zeller passes to LeVert. 5 to shoot. Zeller setting the pick for Russell. Fires the 3. Brooklyn working now with the new shot clock. Passes it to LeVert. The three. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got assist number 8 here in this one already.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
And they pick up 2.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Zeller. He has 6. And it's Russell missing. Here's Nene. And Nene slams it in.
Now, this guy's a force when he gets close to the rim. Nene always seems to get close enough to throw it down.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Okafor with the ball. Picked up by Nene. Harris misses.
Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really.
Whoa! And how about this offensive production from Nene? He's got it going on tonight.
29 seconds left here in the third quarter. To the paint, here's Okafor. Rebounded by Tucker. The Rockets shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. Good work there as it goes.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's LeVert. He's got 13. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Nine seconds left in the third quarter. And Nene slams it in.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
But it's not easy building a lead like this on the road, Greg, but they have been lights out throughout this game. How about the big guy attacking the rim? The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
And so it's Houston with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Here is Russell. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Harden and Gordon teaming up in the backcourt. E.J. Tucker is out there with Nene, and it's Williams at the 3 spot. They get it back. It's deflected.
Twice on the pipes, Nene sends it back.
Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Gordon's running. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Tucker.
No, make no mistake, guys. One of the more effective second-round picks we have in the NBA. Tucker provides a steady diet of production.
He hits both from the stripe.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Now here's Okafor. There's the dish to Harris. Russell from long range. It's rebounded by Houston. Harden's got 8 rebounds in this game. And that one is hammered home.
Well, he's really finding his rhythm. Tucker lighting it up at an unusual pace tonight.
The Nets have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's foul number 2 for him. Abs checked in for Brooklyn. Houston also making some changes. Onuaku's checked in, and it's Gerald Green in for Gordon. Whitehead passes to Zeller. Deflects the pass. They double him with Green. Clock at 6. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
And for Houston, their shooting and offensive execution has been beyond great. They're 63% from the floor in this game.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Okafor with a screen on Williams. Harris kicks to Okafor. Some solid defense there by Nene. Here's Onuaku. No good that time. Excellent D there from Okafor. Crab in the corner. Beyond the arc. No good. Shot missing. So Houston will take it the other way. All alone. The shot by Onuaku, no good. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Crab, guarded by Green. Stolen away. Good. And the nice assist for Williams.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. Some changes for Brooklyn. Quincy Aces come in for Okafor, and Nick Stauskas is subbed in for Alan Cram. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Feeds to AC. Dishes it to Stauskas. Williams comes with the double team. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Whitehead. Harris outside. Zeller setting the pick for Harris. Here's Whitehead. Buries it from three-point range.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the
Two shots,
heart
gentlemen.
out of an opponent.
2. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half, doing a great job at the line.
And so Nene nails both of them.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Here's Whitehead, guarded by Harden. Zeller. It's rebounded by Houston. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. They'll take that every time.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. It's count that one from Stauskas.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them. Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. Here's Whitehead. He feeds it to Stauskas, kicks it to AC, and it's off from three-point range. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Goes back up, and there's the play by Nene inside. Nene's got 18 points now here in the second half.
Well, Nene is eating glass on the offensive end. You like to see that aggressiveness.
Shoots a three. AC misses. On offense, here are the Rockets. They're on a 14-5 run here. Nene with it, and Zeller picks him up defensively. And Nene gets it to go on the assist from Green. Green's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Here's Whitehead. Harris outside. Here's AC. Knocks down the three ball. For Houston, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. There's the pick. In the corner, it's Harris. They get a hand on it, off his foot, and they're saying he kicked the ball. And the Nets making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. It's the Nets now. He dishes it to AC. The shot. No good off the back of the rim.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
Two shots.
That free throw missing. He doesn't get the second one. Here's Whitehead.
and the next one puts him in the bonus.
Six on the shot clock. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Harden left side. The shot that time not on target. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Got a piece of it. And it's the Rockets on the break. Banked in off the glass. Harden's got 29 in the game.
Listen, this is one of the better passing big men in the NBA. Nene making a play.
Whitehead. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Rockets have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. And that one drops. 31 points for James Harden.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Whitehead, guarded by Harden. Over in the corner, AC. And it's off target, not sure why he took that one.
Hey, the defense is content to let him prove he can make that shot, and so far, he cannot.
A nice shot by Onuaku.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
They double him with Green. Pass to Whitehead. Shot to stop the drought. Sinks the triple.
And every set they're running looks like it's designed to produce a triple.
Well, you love how the ball is popping outside on the perimeter. It's being moved and finding the open man, and they're cashing in.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Here's AC. And the Nets, another three.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooter.
Here's Harden. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
The feed now to Stauskas. They double him with Green. Pass to Zeller. Here's Whitehead. Three-pointer. Tries a three. Sinks the triple.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Here's Onuaku. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
Yeah, that's right. You said it. They don't find a way to switch it back on. They're in trouble.
Here's Whitehead. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Puts up a three. Goes back up and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Williams. AC with the rebound. Nets shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Inside. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Nene. And that's now 35 points for James Harden. Passes to AC. And Harden comes to help. Stolen by Harden. Drops in the layup for two. Harden's got 10 points in the quarter.
Boy, what a quarter for this guy. Just give him the basketball and get out of the way.
They double him with Green. Zeller passes to Whitehead. Stauskas dishes to AC. And again, it's the Nets missing. Rockets shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. And again, the Rockets good for two.
And I tell you what, somebody's draped all over him, and he's still able to connect.
Whitehead passes to AC. Here's Whitehead, guarded by Harden. And Harden comes to help. To the middle. Right wing. The Nets working the ball around now. Whitehead's shot is off. Now, here is Harden. Defense is right there. Misses from close range. Out to the right wing. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And Williams, here we go. And he uses the glass on the layup. There's 1:40 left to play here in the fourth. Pick by Zeller. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. And that one is stuffed right through.
You call that power basketball by Hollis Jefferson. He's willing to go right through the foul.
Of course, not too long ago, changes were made to the intentional foul rule. In your observation, has this made a positive difference?
Well, I certainly love that the away from the play fouls were extended to include the last 2 minutes of each period. I don't think you should necessarily give an advantage to a team that is playing from behind by intentionally fouling a poor free throw shooter. So that's one. I do believe now the bigger issue in the NBA has become the shooting fouls where the shooter is launching himself into a defender. I think that the NBA will take a hard look at that and make any necessary change, Kev.
Totally agree, Doris. And I don't want to pinpoint one player, but James Harden has made that an art form.
That's correct.
Black, no good. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play.
Okafor, and Okafor slams it in.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Rockets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Nene.
Boy, you couldn't help but notice how well this guy protected the rim. There was an intimidation factor thanks to his defense. No easy shots in his neighborhood tonight.
And Brooklyn has possession. Following the score by Houston, and it's Okafor missing. Here's Black. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
Well, this is exactly how you put teams away. Late game execution leads to a tremendous win.
Zeller, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson.
One shot.
.40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Stolen away. Out in his own on the break. Jumps up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
No, I think that they've been locked in during this game. They didn't let the opposing crowd get to them at all. This has been pure domination.
Here's Whitehead. The Rockets making the shot. 2 points. That one goes.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Paul for three. Buries it from 3-point range.
And Paul has a beautiful stroke from deep. A gifted shooter who drains perimeter shots with consistency.
Tipped away to the left side wing. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They lead. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
You know, I think it's an opportunity just for the coach to see some execution. Finish this thing out the right way.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Nene.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
On the road, in a tough atmosphere, he's taken on the role of star tonight. If one of their other players came up short, he picked up the slack to make sure they'll be walking out of here with a win. He's off on the first. And he's good on the second. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the shot is good. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much with Chris Paul. Chris, a very convincing win, and that doesn't happen often in this league. So what do you take from this?
You know, one thing that our coaching staff keeps stressing to us every night is that it's about us. You know, so regardless of score, we got to continue to try to get better because we impose our will on the defensive end. The sky's the limit.
Well, the focus was there tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. See you later.